Have you ever felt that there is a commandment most people completely ignore today? A commandment not only about obeying God, but about transforming your entire life. We are talking about the commandment to remember and keep the Sabbath holy. A day set apart by God for rest, reflection, and connection with Him. In the rush of modern life, we fill our hours with noise, stress, and endless tasks. We forget the importance of a day completely dedicated to the divine. The Sabbath was sacred in biblical times. More than just a day off, it was a holy rhythm, a pause to reconnect the soul. With the Creator for the people of Israel, the Sabbath was a sign of covenant, a symbol of faithfulness and devotion handed down by God. It was a time to stop all work, to meditate and pray deeply, a day to remember God's creation, His mercy, and His mighty works. Imagine living without a day, to pause, to breathe, and to reflect. A life consumed by endless labor with no spiritual rest or clarity. The Sabbath calls us to slow down, to step out of the chaos of the world. It invites us to place God at the center, to remember that He is the source of life. God gave this commandment as a gift, not as a burden or restriction. It is a gift to restore our minds to clarity, our hearts to peace, and our spirits to strength. When we ignore the Sabbath, we lose more than rest. We lose connection with the divine. We lose the chance to realign our priorities and strengthen our faith. The Sabbath separated the ordinary from the sacred and reminded them of what mattered. It taught the rhythm of work and rest as a reflection of God's own actions. By keeping it holy, they experienced divine presence and spiritual renewal. It was a sacred moment that shaped the rhythm of life and consciousness. Historically, the Israelites observed the Sabbath with care and devotion. They rested from labor, lit the lamps, and gathered to worship and reflect. The day was a constant reminder of freedom from slavery and gratitude. For life, it was a pause to honor God and strengthen the bonds of community. Today, society pressures us to produce every day, to chase success and wealth. We forget that true abundance comes from alignment with God and inner peace. Keeping the Sabbath holy is not about avoiding work or obligations. It is about opening space for God to speak and restore our hearts and minds. It is a day to meditate deeply on His words, to pray and to listen. A time to remove distractions, to focus on the eternal, not the temporary. The Sabbath cleanses the soul of worries, fears, and anxieties. It fills the spirit with light, hope, and divine presence beyond human understanding in a world obsessed with speed. The Sabbath teaches patience and trust. It shows us that life is not only about what we produce or achieve. Our value comes from being children of God, not from endless labor. Honoring the Sabbath reconnects us to creation and the divine pattern. It reminds us that God worked for 6 days and rested on the 7th. By following His example, we align with a sacred rhythm of life. The Sabbath brings clarity, purpose, and focus that the world cannot give. It teaches us balance, reflection, and the need to honor what is eternal. The Sabbath is more than tradition. It is transformation of heart and soul. It is not obligation. It is liberation from the noise, chaos, and constant pressure. It is a day that restores energy, renews faith, and strengthens relationships. It is a sacred pause to step back and see life from God's perspective. By embracing the Sabbath, we allow the divine to enter every part of life. It is a day to reconnect with family, community, and with ourselves, a time to meditate on scriptures and reflect on the meaning of our existence, a day to feel gratitude for creation and for the presence of God in our lives. Ignoring the Sabbath slowly drains the soul and clouds our vision. It fills life with unrest, anxiety, and a sense of emptiness inside. By keeping it holy, we experience a freedom the world cannot offer, a peace that surpasses understanding, and a joy that endures. The Sabbath is a sacred treasure, often forgotten in modern times. It has the power to transform stress into calm, chaos into clarity. It is a moment to step away from distractions and listen to God, a day that reminds us that life is not only about work, but about worship. Honoring the Sabbath strengthens faith and restores spiritual health. It reconnects us with what truly matters and aligns us with divine will. It is a rhythm that heals the soul and restores purpose to our actions. A day that teaches patience, trust, and the value of spiritual presence. If you have not yet experienced the Sabbath fully, you are missing a gift, a treasure that restores faith, hope, and inner peace through divine connection. It is an invitation to enter stillness and embrace the presence of God. A moment to feel His guidance, love, and mercy deeply in your heart. The Sabbath is not simply a rule, it is a lifeline to spiritual renewal. It is a day to be fully present with God, to meditate, to pray, and to rest. By honoring it, we regain the clarity and strength to live with purpose. We rediscover the rhythm of life as intended by the Creator. Remembering the Sabbath teaches us humility, patience, and trust in God. It shows us that rest is holy and that life must be balanced with reflection. The errors we make by ignoring it create spiritual emptiness and distraction. By embracing it, we align with divine wisdom and restore our souls. The Sabbath reminds us of the power of pause and the need for spiritual presence. It is a day that can transform our lives from stress to peace, from chaos to calm. It teaches the importance of rest, reflection, and honoring God in all we do. By keeping it holy, we connect with creation, with God, and with our true selves. Ultimately, the Sabbath calls us to live intentionally and to prioritize the eternal. It shows us that the mistakes of ignoring God's rhythm lead to spiritual decay. By embracing this sacred day, we find restoration, guidance, and divine clarity. We learn that true abundance comes from rest, reflection, and devotion to God. The Sabbath is a light in the darkness, a moment of divine connection and love. It is a gift waiting to be received, a rhythm that restores faith, hope, and purpose. By honoring it, we recognize our dependence on God and the value of His presence. We are reminded that the sacred must be preserved, and our spirits nurtured. This forgotten commandment teaches lessons the world cannot provide. It shows us the errors of busyness, the cost of neglect, and the value of stillness. By keeping the Sabbath holy, we find a life transformed, a soul renewed, and a heart aligned. It is a sacred rhythm that restores, heals, and connects us eternally to the divine. If this message touches your heart and awakens your soul, join us in honoring the sacred. Subscribe now and share this video with those who need light. Hit the like button to strengthen our community in faith. Come back and watch our videos every day at 7 p.m. Let us walk together in reflection, prayer, and divine presence.